This is Mr. Oman. We're going to work on the TestBed activities. Alright, so we are ready to do the problems. I've got all the problems listed for you right here in pseudocode using the 2 forward slashes. I've got all your ports named. You just need to set up your platform type and make sure that you've got Cortex 2.0 set and natural language PLTW, which I'm already showing here, so 2 checks right there. Okay, so we're set to go. Alright, here we go. Problem number 1. When the program starts, turn on the right motor at speed of 32 for 3 seconds. I'm going to go into my natural language menu and I'm going to open this up. I'm going to open up the movement section and the wait section. Right there, I'll need a start motor to turn the motor on. I'll need a stop motor and I'll need a wait time. Those are all left click, drag and drops like that. So blue means I've got good code. It recognizes the language. Okay, black text means I need to replace it with a port name or a speed number. So this is my right motor that I'm using. So I'm going to copy that from up here and I'm going to paste that right in. And I'm going to use a speed of 32, like it says in the problem. Okay, wait time is 3 seconds. That's how long I want the motor to start for. And then I'm going to have it stop by pasting in right motor for that command. Alright, that should work. You can download that to the robot and see if it works. Compile and download. Okay, problem number 2. When the program starts, turn on the left motor counterclockwise at quarter power, 32, for 2 seconds. This sounds a lot like problem number 1, so I'm going to copy and paste the whole thing in there. I'm going to change this to say left motor. Paste that in, and the wait time is only 2 seconds this time. That's problem 2. Problem number 3, we're going to turn on a green LED for 4 seconds, and then after 4 seconds it should shut off. We need to go over here into the special menu to find our LED commands. Here's turn LED on, here's turn LED off, and I'll need a wait time for that one. I'll delete that space. Okay, up in the motors and sensors section, I called the LEDs green. So copy that and paste it into those 2 spaces. And wait time is 4. Right there. Number 3 is done. Number 4, when the program starts, the green LED should turn on for 2 seconds, then off for a second. So let's grab this, copy that down. Okay, change that to a 1, or no, I'm sorry, a 2. Okay, it needs to turn off for 1 second, so it's off here, so we need to tell it how long. Let's paste the wait down, change that to a 1. And then it needs to turn back on for 3 more seconds before turning off again. Okay, so let's copy this upper part again and paste it down and change that to a 3. Alright, number 4 is done. Number 5, when the program turns on, both the right and left motor should turn on at a speed of 32 for 3.5 seconds. So let's go grab some start motors, waits and stops, copy, paste. I need another start motor right here. We need the left motor to turn on as well. You can either type it or copy and paste it. Either way. Here we go. And we need the left motor to shut off as well. So let's use a stop motor down here and fix that up. So both motors turn on for 3 seconds and it stops. Okay, if you're tired of watching all of these programs run, you can actually do pseudocode by adding in right above the first problem. You can do a forward slash and an asterisk. Right there, that greens out everything after that, but if I want to run this one, I need to asterisk / right there, so these up here are not showing, only the one I'm working on right now. Alright, then I can download that and watch only number 5 run. Okay, number 6, when the program starts, turn on both motors right and left. 32 for a second and a half. Stop both motors for 1 second, and then turn on only the right motor at 42. So there's a lot going on there. So let's copy all of this. Paste it down. Change this to be 1.5 seconds. Alright, they both turn off, but then only the right motor turns on at 42. Turns on at 42 for 2.5 seconds. Oops. There we go. Looks like number 6 is done. I'm gonna move this bracket down to here. Okay, so I can run only number 6. You'll keep moving those down. Number 7, when the program starts, turn on the right motor clockwise until the bump switch is pressed, in and out, and then the motor should stop. Okay, so there's no wait time on this one. Okay, and it's the right motor. So let's grab right motor. Okay, we're going to delete the wait. And we'll do an until bump, which is in the until menu. There's until bump. Let's drag that in. And that is called bump switch, and there's no delay time, so I can delete that plus the comma. So bump switch way up here at the top. I'm going to grab that, copy it, and I'm going to paste that right in. Alright, there we go. And we'll go ahead and move this bracket down. Right there. Okay, you can go ahead and run that. Number 8, when the program starts, turn on the left motor clockwise at power 25 until the bump switch is pressed. When the bump switch is pressed, in and out, the left motor should stop. Alright, there's number 8. and should be at 25. There we go. Okay, number 9, we need to use the until touch command, so I'm going to grab that. Okay, we need a start motor, right motor. Okay, if it doesn't tell you a speed, you can just make up a speed. It doesn't matter. Okay. Okay, we should stop the motor. I'm going to need to switch these around here. And that's the limit switch. There, and then the other motor should turn on. Left motor. Okay, so the first motor is the right motor. It's being operated with the limit switch, and the second motor, the left motor, we are using a wait time. So I'm showing you here that wait and until commands, you can use either one. Okay, and number 10. Okay, the left motor should turn on and run while the limit switch is being pressed in. Okay, so I think we need to have an until touch. Drag that in. The left motor should turn on. At a speed of 63. Yes. 63. And we should have the limit switch for this. And let's do an until release. Okay, you can either type it. It's also right over here. They just want a sensor port. So parentheses, limit switch, parentheses, semicolon. And at that point it should stop. Motor, left motor. Alright, there's number 10. Number 11. I've already typed some of the code for you. Okay, I'll need you to delete the brackets around it so that we can use it. Leave the curly brackets though. Alright, so we have a program that turns on the left motor and it runs forward at full speed, so that's 127 speed for a second. That's a wait time. And then it needs to turn around and go at half speed for 2 seconds. And it should do it forever. So the comment about doing it forever, that is what we call a while loop. Anything you put inside these brackets, it reads through it and it goes right back to the top and does it again forever and ever. As long as this is true, it will continue to do these. Once this becomes untrue, it'll stop it. Okay, so we have a start motor. We gotta type left parenthesis. Okay, this is the left motor, comma, at full speed, 127, right parenthesis, semicolon. Down to the next line, that's a 1 second wait. And that is left motor. Alright, at that point after it stops, and then it needs to reverse for 2 seconds. Okay, so let's copy all this, paste it, 2 second wait, and a negative direction, and half speed is 63. 2 seconds, stop motor, right there. Okay, and it should do it forever, so I believe that will loop round and round and round, right there. Okay, until you turn it off. Alright, let's bring down this bracket, and let's put it right there after you run it. Okay, on to number 12. When the program starts, the green LED should blink and turn on for 1 second and off for 1 second, and it should do it forever. So this is another while loop, so I'm going to copy all this and I'll paste it down here. Okay, but I don't need a lot of this information here, so let's delete the start and stop motors. You can leave the weights there. Okay, you can turn the weights into 1 second weights. Okay, let's drag in our turn LED on. Oops. Okay, that is our green port. Okay, for a second, and then it needs to turn off. Green again. And it should turn off for a second. Okay, after it turns off for 1 second, it should go right back to here and repeat. On for a second, off for a second. Alright, so it should flash over and over and over and over forever. Okay, verse 12. Alright, 13. When the program starts, the right motor should turn on clockwise. And the LED should turn on for 1 second. The motor should then reverse counterclockwise -20 for 1 second while the LED is off. This should go on forever. So another loop. So let's copy, paste. Okay, so we've got a start motor, right motor. Let's find one of those. Don't need the until touch there. So we need a start motor, we need a turn on LED, we need a wait time for 1 second, speed 20, okay. Okay, and then we need a stop motor, right motor. So let me paste the rest of that statement. There we go. So both the motor will stop, the LED turns off, and at that point, the motor should then reverse for 1 second. Start it. Okay, let's put a negative here. And the motor should do that for 1 more second, it looks like. Okay, so it should run that direction for a second. Just to be safe, let's stop that motor. I don't need that. Right there. So the way it reads here, the motor and the light turn on for a second, and then they turn off for a second. Only the motor turns back on and goes in the opposite direction for a second. Then it stops for 1 second, and then we do it all over again, right there. Okay, number 14, write a program that turns on the left motor continuously until the potentiometer value is greater than 2000. Okay, when it becomes greater than 2000, it should stop the motor. Okay, so let's find a start motor, left motor from above. Okay, until the potentiometer, so that's an until command. Until the potentiometer is greater than 2000, so drag that in from the until menu. Okay, for position, you can type in 2000. Sensor port. Make sure we've named that potentiometer way up here at the top. There it is, potentiometer. So I would copy that name and scroll down and paste that right where sensor port was named. Okay, and then we have to tell it what to do once the potentiometer hits that number. Okay, and we need a stop motor, left motor for that. So find one of those and copy it down. There it is, that's 14. Okay, to truly make this work, make sure your potentiometer is turned all the way down to 0. When you download this one, okay, it'll download. I get an error message because I'm not actually plugged into Cortex right now. Okay, but when this downloads, you should then go back to the robot menu debugger window is available if the start button is out here. You slide over from debugger and you turn on your sensors. It'll tell you your sensor value down here at the bottom. Okay, so you know exactly what the potentiometer is reading on your robot. So make sure of that, please. Alright, 15, make sure the potentiometer is at 0. Again, same as number 14, write a program that turns on only the LED when the potentiometer is less than 1500. Actually, I think that's a typo. That should say greater than. When the potentiometer becomes greater than 1500, the left motor should turn on and the LED should turn off. So we got a left motor on, LED off, and it should do this forever. So the forever thing is a while loop. So I'm going to grab one of those and the brackets, copy, paste. So I've got curly brackets. Let's see. I have a left motor. Yep, I have a left motor in here, and I don't. Got a right motor though. So let's turn an LED on. Got an until potentiometer. $1500. Potentiometer. Okay, when the potentiometer reaches 1500, the left motor should then turn on and the LED off. So let's change this to left motor. Okay, and right there we should turn the LED off. So the motor turns on, LED's off. So let's have the motor run. Doesn't give us a time, so let's just use a wait time of 1. That's fine. Right there, and then it stops, and it does this again forever. Okay, we need to change the port up here to green. There we go. Alright, that is 15. Move your brackets down. Okay, number 16. Okay, number 16, we got a limit switch. So this would be until touch. Okay, the right motor should work at full power. There. Till touch is the limit. Oops, I had a little error come up there. There we go. All right, and then when we release, till release. Limit switch. Okay, when we release it, then the directions say the motor should stop. And this should loop forever. Okay, so we got to get a while loop in there. All right, if you don't copy and paste it, it looks like this. You have to type while, left bracket, left parenthesis, 1 equals 1. And you have to do a left curly bracket, the beginning, and a right curly bracket at the end. Right there. So there's our while loop. Okay, and number 17, make a program that will turn on the left motor at speed 42 for 3 seconds when the line follower reaches a value of less than 1500. Okay, the line follower senses light. Anytime it drops below a value, you use until light, which seems like you should do until dark, but it's actually until light. So our threshold is this number here, 1500. Sensor port, okay, right there, up at the top. We've named it line follower, so let's grab that, copy it, scroll back to the bottom, paste it. Okay, we need a left motor to start, though. Grab this. Motor speed of 42. Three seconds, that sounds like a wait to me. Wait, and then you will stop the motor. Okay, and if you wanted this to turn off when you turn the knob back on or when you get out of the way of the line follower, you could do an until dark. Okay, I'm going to delete the wait time because the until dark takes the place of it. Until dark, 1500, line follower. It doesn't say to do this forever, but if you want to make an on-off switch that works permanently, turn it into a while loop for fun. Right there. And finally, number 18, let's push this bracket down. You need that one. That matches up with the bracket at the very top, so you need to type above that curly bracket. Okay, write a program that will turn on the green LED anytime it is sensing piece of paper in front of it. When a piece of paper is not in front of it, the LED should be turned off. Okay, and let's do that forever as well. So you'll need to experiment with a piece of paper and find a value that works for this. Okay, let's do a while loop. Anyhow. Okay, type between the brackets. So we've got turn LED on. There, and that's green. Okay, so you're going to need until light. So pick a number. I'm just going to guess right now. 2500. You don't have to use that. Sensor port is line follower. Okay, and when it turns back to greater than 2500, which is an until dark, turn LED off. All right, and that's the end right there. Save your work. Make sure you save it into Student Share. Do a file save as if you haven't already. Go into Student Home, East Junior High, Tech Ed, Omen, and pick the hour that you're in. So if you're in second hour, pick that one and go into the TestBed folder and save it right there. That's it.